Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading. Oh, we're jumping all over the place already. Somebody's coming to make an offer here of something stable, something long-term. Somebody wants either marriage or a long-term commitment with you here. So today is, what day is it? Thursday, the 9th of July. Oh boy, yeah, look at this. Everything jumping out. Very, very strong this morning. Thursday the 9th of July. Let's start there. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. For those who are new on board, welcome, and for the people who've been with me, some of you from the very beginning, you know how much I love you. So I tell you all the time. I am starting to fill the classes up in August below. I've put the August classes on at 9 a.m. Australian time. So if you're interested in doing those, they sort of fit in with more people. So just check them out if you're interested. I'm going to change the groups for September. So, but if you're interested in July or August, all underneath there. And I'll change some of the content around as we need to as well. So I sort of get to know what you want. But if you're not sure what the content's going to be, or you know whether the time fits in, I'm more than happy for you to email me and ask questions. If you would like a personal reading, everything's below. If you are local and would like a face-to-face reading, which I started picking up a couple of weeks ago, I've started doing face-to-face readings now, and I can more than likely fit you in most afternoons or Saturday morning. After Saturday morning, that's pretty much it. So the classes I'm running at the moment are Saturday afternoon. So Saturday morning, and if you're interested in doing face-to-face, you need to sort of grab me about 2 weeks to 3 weeks before you need to come in, because I'm sort of getting a bit booked out with those. Donations gratefully accepted to help grow the channel. All the stuff is below again. Alrighty. I think I've shuffled the spots off the cards, as they say. It's a pretty old-fashioned thing to say, but never mind. It still fits. I'm using the After Tarot for your reading. Actually, I'm thinking I probably need a change of decks, but I'm really comfortable with the ones I'm using at the moment, so they haven't really sort of exceeded their time limit or past their use-by date, as what you would think. All right, so we have the Ten of Wands coming out. And the Ten of Wands, ooh, a couple of nice cards poking out there. I have a couple of reversals that come up in this deck. I did a personal reading yesterday and I had reversals. I don't know how Spirit does that, but they still managed to do it. Whether that's me twisting or turning, they're leading me. Okay, rambling. Ten of Wands, end of a cycle, putting down the burdens of the past, being able to let go of things, no longer hanging on to things that don't serve you. Oh, and a brand new start coming through too. Okay, so there seems to be a letting go of the past and embracing something new. This is your truth. This is your clarity, understanding, starting a new cycle, but doing it differently this time. Going in with a different set of ideas. You might be planning more, but you've got a better hold on what you want in your future, and you might want to hawk. Okay, so we have the clarity coming in via a person here. So it looks like you're putting something down and moving forward as a direct result of communication from someone else, something that's going to create some sort of decision on your behalf to help you move forward, and most likely something you've been waiting for or you've been manifesting. So let's have a good look at what's going on. Okay. All right, so we have someone moving away from something. Now, the Six of Swords is a card that talks about moving from troubled waters into calm waters. We also see a person in a boat that's taken certain things with them, their lessons, the people that they want with them, and their experiences into the future, but leaving this past energy behind. This person's learned all their lessons. They also may be more calm emotionally, so it may have been that they've been through a pretty sort of torrid time with something else that's been going on in their life. But we know that they're grounding themselves now, moving into a much calmer lifestyle. All right. Let's see where we're up to with this one. Okay, you see that? Sometimes I think it's like, no, the other left, your other left. Sorry, I feel like I've been on drugs this morning. Okay, we have a Capricorn card coming through here. Somebody's left something toxic here. Somebody's left something toxic behind. For some of you, it could be toxic relationship, could be certainly toxic people. You may have decided in your life that you want to sort of clear out your closet and start again, especially that Six of Swords coming up there. But you're definitely moving away from something. Now, whoever this is could also be moving away from addictions. So it could be that you're changing your life because you've given up something that you're addicted to. And that could be another person, but it could certainly be, you know, a substance. Some of you may have moved away from codependence, narcissism, but definitely moving into a better place now, becoming more grounded, more sure about what you want in your future and leaving this energy behind. Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups here. Delusion, confusion, and clarity. Beautiful. Okay, so the Seven of Cups always talks about confusion, as I said, delusion, illusion. It is a card that also talks about having a lot of choice. I think in this particular instant, we're talking about both. It's sort of like you're not really sure which way to go at the moment. You may be confused because there's a lot of things on your path. But it can also talk about, you know, being sort of a little bit confused about what life is offering you now, especially when there are so many things to choose from. So you could be having a little bit of or whoever this person is, maybe having a little bit of trouble sort of navigating life now they've moved away from something. And that sort of gives rise to the fact that whatever they've moved away from here may have been a little bit difficult. Because sometimes when we've been in a toxic situation, toxic relationship, we may sort of lose ourselves a little bit. And this sort of could relate to that illusion as well of, you know, being sort of confused by, you know, having no options in your relationships or no options in your last situation to having a wealth of opportunities now. So sometimes this can be about confusion. Now, it could be that you've moved away from other situations too, family, job, whatever. But what I want to say to you is not just clarity coming through with the Ace of Wands, but we also, with the Ace of Swords, we also have the Ace of Wands here. So I feel like whoever this is starting to sort of get passionate about life again, sort of, you know, that whole sort of feeling of being connected to everything once again. And whoever this was feels like they were very disconnected at this point. All right. Okie dokie. So the Three of Pentacles always talks about, and this is where work can come in for some of you, because some of you could have moved away from a work situation that was very toxic and deciding to start up your own business. It also can talk about just putting work into yourself, you know, being your own project here, sort of finding what makes you click, makes you tick. I think that if you've been in this sort of confusing energy here, it may be that you are really sort of, you know, finding your way back to yourself here. Really finding yourself, maybe doing a lot of self-work. Yeah, there's transformation here with the Death card. Capricorn and Scorpio coming up here. I feel like this is some sort of, this has put you on a very different, you know what, coming out of these toxic relationships, coming out of toxic situations, they're not nice. And we do feel pretty depleted when we leave. But what I want to say to you is, in everything we do, there is a lesson for you to take with you. There is this sort of, you know, energy of always making sure that you know, have gleaned everything from your situation that you possibly can. Like, you know, even if it was a very sort of traumatic time, those things that you've done, that getting back to yourself, all show that you have learned from that experience. And that is what it's all about. So, you know, some of us get very stuck in the depression and the sadness of it all, which is really problematic. But once you've got through that energy, or to get yourself through that energy, this self-work, you know, doing meditation, you know, taking time out to be alone so that you can receive messages from your higher self, spirit, God, whatever you see as your higher energy, will help you to do the healing. I do see you going through a transformation. So there are things that are really strongly starting to change here through this experience. And you'll never be the same person again because of this experience. And I mean that in the most positive way, because even if, you know, you've had to walk away from, say, somebody that you really love, there's always this energy of, you know, understanding yourself through that process. So even if you feel sad at the moment, there looks to me to be a lot of change coming through for you, which is beautiful. All right, so I have the Chariot card coming here. So we have Scorpio, Capricorn and Cancer represented in this reading. So you could have left one of those signs, or you could be one of those signs yourself. The Chariot card is a card of, you know, being stuck for the most part and ready to move forward. So if you see the sphinxes in this, they're not moving. Well, they are moving a little bit, aren't they? There is a little bit of movement there, but there's not enough movement. And this guy is obviously, you know, on his chariot ready to get going. He wants to leave things behind. You can see that, you know, the township behind. So he's wanting to leave something behind here, and he's keen to get going, or she's keen to get going. It's funny, as a tarot reader, we look at the cards and I always think there's a male on that card, you know, so you automatically go to the he's. And I have to say sometimes it's not really deliberate, it's just visually that seems to be the way. Whoever this is, they are ready to move forward. So you are ready to get going. You are ready to get going here. So there's a period of transformation, but also this sort of Ace of Wands Chariot energy, which means that you are ready to have a new start. You're feeling really passionate about moving forward. It may take a little time to go through the healing, but I do see you coming through it fairly quickly. And look at this, how beautiful. So we have the Nine of Pentacles coming through here, saying that you will reach this state of feeling very self-sufficient, feeling very independent, and definitely moving into better times here. Heartbreak, Three of Swords. Oh, and then we have the Ace of Hearts. Okay, Ace of Cups. Some of you are sort of really learning to love yourself here. The self-love is evident after hurt. The energy here is actually quite beautiful. I'm not a fan of the Three of Swords, but in this particular scenario, I'm looking at this thinking, look at the healing here. This is all about healing your pain. The Ace of Cups here represents obviously self-love. And peace and calm. So you will find it at the end of this. It may be a bit of a struggle, but you are going to find what you love. You're going to bring new love in here as well by the looks of this. So maybe you have not experienced love before. Maybe some of you have only experienced this toxicity in a relationship. But for others of you, it doesn't matter which way I look at this, there's forward movement towards love here. New starts. Feeling really good, struggling at first, but definitely coming through this with flying colours. It's very beautiful. Very straightforward reading too. We always like a straightforward reading. All right, I'm going to draw a card from the Whispers of Love here. All right. Oh, treasure your loved ones. So that's your advice here. So I think sometimes when we do this sort of thing and we move away from things, we do need to have the support of people around us that love us. For some of us, that may not mean our family. It may mean our friends, people we're close to. It says it's important to love others deeply. So I guess if you're loving someone who's worthy of your love, then you're going to put in as much as you can. Okay. You have a group of people that love and support you. Cherish all those people, whether a special partner, your family, or your friends. The angels are prompting you to reach out to your loved ones and ensure that you show them love. It is all too easy to become involved with your own life. Ensure you spend time with those who are significant to you. This is a reminder to tell the people in your life that you treasure them. Let them know they matter. Do something that does not need reciprocation. A gift is more genuine when given without expectation or something in return. Love does not keep score. It may be in your nature to keep track of when you're given time, money, or other positives. Genuinely appreciating your loved ones can challenge you to give from your heart. A pair of hands tenderly hold an image of a precious time shared between a woman and a child. They appear as if nothing is important in the world other than that shared moment. Notice the drop of dew that holds the world. What you have through those you love should be the focus of your world. So I always think when you're going through hard times, always surround yourself with the people who support your decision and don't make judgments. Have a wonderful day. Thanks.